Hey folks, this is Tracy with Scrappy's Rustics. Boy, are you in for a treat with this video. We are going to use black chalk paint. We're going to use our Klingon F30 brush, our IOD brayer. This is a pig I got 2 springs ago from the Hobby Lobby, and it was like 66% off. I got a cow too. And lo and behold, the Paint Inlay-Rose Chintz by Iron Orchid Designs. It's 8 sheets of paint actually inlaid in a carrier sheet. It's patent pending, one of a kind, absolutely amazing process. And we're going to go step by step here. I'm showing you close up. That is actual paint inlaid on a carrier sheet. So if I were to get that wet, it would smear just like paint would smear. So you want to size up your project before you do anything, because once it's wet, you have to commit. So just do all your sizing and cutting beforehand, and you should be all set. So this pig's pretty large. He's a little over 17 by 10. He is related to Tessie the text cow that is behind me on my lives. And I just went around the whole outside with the black chalk paint, just around the areas. And then I went over it one time with the black chalk paint. The whole key to this process is wet paint. So your best bet is to put a coat down first. That way you don't miss anything. And usually on any piece that you're doing, it likes to absorb your first coat anyhow. So you want real nice, wet, medium paint, whatever it is you're going to use when using the inlay. I chose the F30 Klingon brush because it holds a lot of paint at once. And like I said, the whole key to this process is having wet paint. This is a pretty large piece. You could do it in sections if you wanted to, but I went all in and did it all at once. I ran out of paint there at the end, so I just wanted to go over it one more time to make sure it was good and juicy. And if you like perfection, this is probably not the craft or the creative process for you. It could be rustic, it could be perfect, it may not come out at all. You just don't know. So it's important. You want to use a brayer or a paper towel or something, because you want to push that paint into your wet paint. You want to push the paint inlay into your paint. So I just took my mister and I wet the entire surface, and then I'm going over it again with my brayer. You don't want to smudge it or whatever, because the inlay itself is actually paint. So what you're doing is inlaying this design into your wet paint. Now we are a little short here. Each piece does have that the edge, so be mindful if you're putting these up to one another. You're going to want to trim off that edge. I'm just trying to find a piece where it goes on his nose and his ear, so we can get some coverage there and it's not just left blank. You can piece this in. If you take them out of the packet, the way that they're put in there, they do match up. There's instructions on that. There's grid lines and all that good stuff. You can't tell where they're pieced together. In this case, he was slatted, so it just happened to end on the second to the last slat. So I'm just putting my fresh wet paint down, putting my inlay in there, running it over with my brayer, misting it. You don't want to soak it, just mist it. Now you want to set it aside and let it dry. It needs time to process. You can hit it with a heat tool. However, I have not done that yet, so I don't want to say to do it and your results don't come out well. We will test that, but we have not yet. So again, I sprayed it. This needs to be moist when you go to peel it off. That's very important. You want a nice smooth pull. Y'all, look at that. You do not want any tugging. You want it to be smooth. So it needs to be moistened again for you to pull it off. So when it's dry, moisten it, however, with your spray bottle or a damp rag, and then slowly pull off. It should be slow, no tugging. If there's tugging, lay it back down and get it moist again. Oh, look how trippy that is. Oh my goodness, this came out absolutely stunning. This is new and innovating. It's patent pending. You're literally inlaying this rose chintz design into our black chalk paint. We got caught up on his leg there, but it's coming off nice and smooth. And the results on this one are outstanding. Outstanding. Look at that. It's so cool looking. It's like a mirror image. These can be used anywhere from 3, maybe 4 times. So it will be wet when you peel it off. Lay it down somewhere it can dry. There's still a great amount of paint left on this carrier sheet. It will carry over the color, like in this case, the black. But each time it'll have a little bit less and less paint on it, so therefore it'll look a little more rustic and worn each time. Let it dry and spray it with a spray sealer or a 50-50 water and polyacrylic sealer before using any type of brush sealers. I used Bare Chalk Matte. I hope you enjoyed this video and it inspired you to try a paint inlay. Be sure to visit our website at scrappysrustics.com where you can purchase the inlay. Feel free to sprinkle our video and head over to YouTube for more inspirational videos. Look how awesome this came out. And in the end, you'll see our dried inlays and it can be used 2, 3, 4 times. Thanks for watching.